We've got breaking news coming in right there. It's a big breaking story coming in. Gehlot might approach President Ramnath Kovind if he thinks the governor is ignoring him. The Gehlot camp is going to be appealing before the President Ramnath Kovind. That is the big story coming in. If the deadlock continues, the Gehlot camp, Ashok Gehlot, is all set to approach. He might just approach the President Ramnath Kovind if he thinks the governor is ignoring it. And clearly, the governor at the moment has gone ahead and said that I need more time to decide on this particular matter and is not ordered for a snap assembly session at the moment. Rahul Srivastav is joining us. Rahul, what is the precedent when it comes to something of this nature with Gehlot camp wanting to approach President Ramnath Kovind? Have we seen anything of this nature before as well in terms of a political crisis in a state?
Chetty, the Gehlot camp is going through all the right moves to make a point. It's trying to say that it wants a session of the assembly to be called. It has rightfully called, as the state government has called for a session, and it is the blocking is happening at the behest of the centre. Now the centre is represented through the governor in Rajasthan, and the appointing authority of the governor is the President of India, and that is why the state government and Congress want to approach President Kovind to make a political point. Now, it is not that they may get a redressal straight away from the President of India, because the governor eventually is the constitutional head as far as the state is concerned, and the President and the Union Cabinet operate at the aid and advice of eventually the Cabinet, and they will go by the report of the governor. And that is why what one can say is that if there is a resistance by the governor to hold a session or given the demand of the state government, Ashok Gehlot led Congress party is going through all the right political maneuvers. Now what one can say is the idea is to go for a session, pressurize the governor and the opposition, go for a session before which it is possible that the speaker's issue may get settled in court or the issue may remain sub judice. The fact is, for a session, either the MLAs who are with Sachin Pilot have to come to the assembly, or they may defy the whip, and that may give enough powers to the speaker to disqualify them. And that sword is now hanging over the MLAs who are loyal to Sachin Pilot, and that's what perhaps Ashok Gehlot's maneuver is, to force an assembly session, force these people to the rebel MLAs to either come to assembly or stay away and defy the whip and eventually get disqualified.
That is exactly what he seems to be aiming for, which is why he's going ahead and all his MLAs staging that particular dharna outside the governor's house, having that conversation with the governor as well. If the governor does not agree, he will even take the right step of approaching the president, and this is exactly what he aims to do, so that in case they do not show up, there could be a possibility that the speaker does not have any choice, is left with no choice but to disqualify the pilot MLAs, and which is why when his government would perhaps survive.
Chetty, there is an audio issue. If you could repeat the question, please.
I was saying that this is exactly what he seems to be gunning for, Rahul, that he's gone to the governor. His MLAs are camping outside the governor's house as well. He wants the governor to take this decision to call for a snap assembly session just because the governor does not, just when the governor has decided to take time, he says, I might just approach the president. The president, presses for calling for a session as well. And just like the way you were mentioning, the speaker then can go ahead and disqualify these MLAs in case the pilot camp does not show up.
Yes, you see, Chetty, one interesting element about the Sachin Pilot and his loyalist rebellion is concerned is that they know that there is an anti-defection law which will punish them for anti-party activities. And that is why right since I think nearly 13 odd days ago, when this protest started by Sachin Pilot and his MLAs, they have not said anything against the party. Their utterances have been very clear that they are protesting against the chief minister and his style of functioning. that they are pressurizing the party to remove the chief minister, but are not rebelling against the party. That is to escape that the clauses of the anti-defection law, where they can be branded as anti-party, and anti-party activities are punishable under the defection with disqualification. So they don't want to get disqualified. The assembly still has 3.5 years of term remaining, and that is why Sachin Pilot and his camp have been cautious. Now, to break that sense of caution and perhaps to also indicate or create a political perception that somewhere the center's appointee, the governor, and Sachin Pilot camp and the BJP are working together, Ashok Gehlot has embarked on a smart political plan. I will say that he is now taking them head on instead of earlier remaining on the back foot. He has gone, declared that there should be a assembly session, gone to the governor, his MLAs are protesting, and now the perception is being created that the governor, to save the MLAs, is actually stopping up assembly session. They are going to approach the president. So all the right political visible moves are being made by the Ashok Gehlot camp to either force these MLAs to come out and they can be worked upon, or to stay away, in which they can be disqualified. Perhaps it is to force the hand of the Sachin Pilot camp.
Absolutely. Rahul Srivastav, continue to stay right there, getting us that big story.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.